I'm doing so much for you, yet you don't seem to appreciate it. It hurts. Have you ever felt this way? It's a universal feeling. Parents feel it towards their children, partners feel it towards each other, employees towards bosses. You put in your best effort, yet it goes unnoticed. But here's something I have realized over time. Perhaps the problem isn't that our efforts are going unnoticed, but that they aren't aligned with what the other person needs. This lesson reminded me of something that Lord Krishna talks about in the Bhagavad Gita, the difference between karma and karma-yog. In chapter 2, verse 47 of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that we have the right to perform our duty, but not to the fruits of our action. Most of us, when we give something, whether love, effort, or work of any kind, we expect some appreciation for it. But Krishna says that the highest form of action is when it is done as an offering and not for validation. When we cook food, we don't get upset if the fire doesn't thank us for lighting it. Similarly, when a river flows, does it expect us to say thank you simply for quenching our thirst? This is the essence of Yajna, a selfless act done as an offering and not a transaction. But this doesn't mean we blindly keep giving. This brings us to the second principle, the difference between real needs and assumed needs. In my professional life as a product manager, I learned something powerful. When creating a product, the first question we ask is this feature solving a real user need, or is it solving something I think they need? Most beginners make the mistake of designing something that they find useful, only to realize that the users didn't need it after all. This reminds me of the Sanskrit phrase Neti Neti, not this, not that. It is a way of refining perception, not blindly accepting things the way you see it, but peeling away layers slowly to reach the truth. This is the same thing we should be doing in relationships, right? Instead of assuming, we should engage, observe, and understand. Only then can our actions have true impact and can we solve actual user needs. Think about it. How often do we love people the way we want to be loved instead of loving them the way they need to be? We act like a machine gun, spraying our efforts everywhere, hoping we hit the mark, instead of being like a sniper, precise and intentional. A Maitri Bhava, an attitude of friendship, where we approach everyone with a sense of curiosity instead of personal expectations, helps here because then we're truly seeing things for what they are. I remember a time when I planned a surprise for someone I deeply cared about. I put so much effort into it, and when the moment came, well, their reaction was just underwhelming to say the least. Initially, I was hurt, and then I asked myself, did I do this because they needed it or because I wanted to feel valued? The reality that they didn't need this grand gesture from me. All they needed was my presence. That moment was a wake-up call for me. Effort without alignment is like watering a dead plant. So the next time you feel unappreciated, ask yourself, am I acting as a product of my ego or doing this as an offering? Second, am I expecting rewards or simply playing my part? Third, am I giving what they truly need or just assuming what they need? When we align our efforts to a person's true needs, we move beyond pain into purpose. And that's when our actions are not just actions, but seva, meaningful service. What's the last time you felt unappreciated? Share your perspective in the comment box below. And if you like this video, do consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching.